Mute myself. Mute myself. I'm sorry. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. Underrated Dark is yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. This is Morning Real Talk Part 7. And hey, swoops like man, how you doing? We here. Thank you. You see it's in the chat. Anybody that wants to get on, send me an email. But let me know that you send me email so I can send you the link to get on the panel. That's how I'm gonna do it. So ladies and gentlemen, open panel. Stick to the subject, all right? So the ones in the chat right now, if y'all want the link, let me know. My email is in the chat. My email's in the chat. Send it, and I send y'all the link. That's the only way you get through an email. All right. Again, this is Morning Real Talk, Part 27, and we gonna talk today. We're gonna talk about different things. I started to develop a topic, but a lot of things happen and stuff, and I want to get some of my chest too. So but let's get this thing going. Again, thanks for y'all for coming. Swoops like me and brother She. Hit y'all with this intro, and we'll be right back. Again, good morning. Welcome to my channel, the number one grinder. My channel, the underrated doctors. You're truly the number one grinder. Let me read this out. Come enjoy real conversation with the number one grinder. Us as the righteous ones, individually, let's make a change within ourselves and being there for each other. We all we got. Yep. We got. Yes, again, there anybody that wants to get on the panel, it's ladies and gents open panel. This is part 27 of Morning Real Talk. Let's get it in. Again, anybody that wants to get on the panel, gotta send me by email. Or if I have your number, just let me know. And I'll send it through that way. Shout out to Brother C, shout out to Brother Professor Swoops like me, and all that. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was a chance to get on the panel. So, that's what it is, and that's what it is. So, but I hope everybody's doing okay. Hope everybody's doing all right. I'm doing fine. Got things on the mind, but I'm all right. Not letting nothing get me down. Not letting nothing get me down. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up, y'all. Let me see. All right. That way right there. Yeah, but I've been grinding. Excuse me, I'll take a little sippy dip there. I've been grinding, I've been, trying to hold down everything. And let me see something. But and shout out to Brother Co-Professor, shout out to Swoops like me, and shout out to Brother C. Keep up the great work that you're doing. And it's greatly appreciated on this end. Oh, excuse me. So try to keep up the good work. Mm. But there's I did a live yesterday about Kanye West and Candace Owens White Lives Matter. And there are people in the space sees nothing wrong with that. No. Okay. Hold on, Brother Sheed. I got you, Brother Sheed. Go, Professor. Check your text. And and it's really disturbing when you hear these people talking. You think it's okay? Here you go, brother She. Brother She, check your text right now. I just said it. I just said it. And but you know we gonna let. We ain't gonna talk about it. No, we ain't gonna talk about it. Yeah, yeah. I know you on it. That's it. Yeah, yeah. We gotta be on that. Yeah. I was talking about it yesterday. You was on that. Yeah. So I want you to go check out brother GP, better known as Go Professor, and he go in depth with it too. So I'm just saying this that it's gonna echo what I'm saying yesterday, but it seems like when it comes to us, we advocate for us. There's a problem that we got to include other people that ones look like us or some of them are mixed. And no, everybody's fine. You know, we gotta understand. We gotta start get up this slavery mindset and stuff like that. But what do you mean slavery mindset? I would ask people in the space. Well, what's slavery mindset if you advocate for yourself? No, no. I'm just saying. It makes sense to me. Okay, okay, brother. See, making sense to me. And also, I want ladies to join this conversation too. Making sense to me. No, no. So makes sense to me. And you gotta be careful of these people. You gotta understand the reparations that you're getting is what you get out of resource right now, and you know you gotta be careful. You know, not all people are bad and everything. It's a good clip to say, right? You know, it's got the New York Mets on. You know what I'm saying? So New York Mets. You know what I'm saying? World champions '86 year. Mets '86 year. Oh yeah, I rep New York. I rep New York though. Got to straighten myself up. Make sure on the ready to look good. There you go. On the ready to look good for the fam. No, you know. But I know people in the space. Some gonna say I'm wrong. You race baiting. You about you prejudice of other people though. Gotta stand for something, or you gonna fall for anything. That's the way I look at it. No, it's just people these days. As y'all see it yourselves, they just want to go. They just want to do what they want to do. They don't care how you. They don't care how you roll it. Excuse me. They don't care how you feel. You go by listen to other people, but they want to make it seem that you wrong. You know, you can't be wrong all the time. So that's why. we see us as a people, we separated because we let few in the middle cause confusion. That's why the family structure is messed up. There's no order, man or woman. Excuse me, I'm eating my breakfast. I haven't ate none last night, so a little hungry. So excuse my manners. So just bear with me. Um, to me, I have to say I don't know what's going on, but I know. And we're talking about grown people that definitely know what is right, but they want to follow it when they want to. No, and that's the thing that at times pissed me off. You know, it pissed me off because I want the best for our people. I mean, I want the best for humanity, yeah. Also, I want the best for our people. No, you know, it's the harder, the more you stand for what's right, the harder, the easier people resist you. You know, we know outside. Excuse me, we know outside who it's all about. Side of space, you know. At first, I wasn't going to. I was going to wait till tomorrow to do part 27, but I said, nah. I have to understand now. There are people out there that needs to be heard, and I want to give them that voice. You know, I want to put myself out there. You never know what the next person go through. You never know what the next man go through, or the next woman go through. Long as we work in harmony together, and to understand that to be there for each other. I'm very big on that, as you know. You know, brother Sheed, brother Go Professor, and sister Swoops like me. I'm very big on that. Be there for each other. I'm talking about just a few, not a lot. So shout out to the ones that is listening. If you're listening, come into the chat. If you want to get on the panel, it's my link. You know, hey, you know. Come on, let's talk. This your time. Let's talk. Good morning, for soldier. How you doing? There you go. Anybody that wants to get on the panel, here goes my email. Just let me know you email me. So I email you back. You know, I email you back the link so y'all can get on. I tried last week. I'm making it on for soldier. Thanks for asking, sis. I'm making it. I'm making it. But anybody wants to get on the panel, they go meet me right there. Just let me know. But Karani, email me right now, brother. Because every time I try to email you, it seems like it's not going through. So email me right now, brother. And I'm gonna send you the link. Yeah, email me right now, bro. You gotta have these discussions, fam. Gotta have these discussions, y'all. Because people out there is dropping. They dying among us. They're getting sick among us. We have to understand that. Hold on, let me throw on my reading glasses. It's not prescription though, no. But I put those on and everything. So okay, we got brother Sheed in the building. Salute to one and only brother Sheed. We here, the real one, not the fake one. The real brother Sheed. What's going on, brother Sheed? Oh, he's still mute. So
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah, I'm right.
What's going on, man?
I'm good. How you feel, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Pull my mic up.
All right.
Yeah, I I rather not really touch on that Kanye stuff, man. That
Mm-hmm.
entertainment stuff, man. It's getting to be crazy now.
Yeah.
Because but speaking on that topic, within the community, man. You know, and you always talk about us getting together and supporting each other. I did a support stream yesterday, but
Sure
mainly
did. Sure did.
it was more or less focused on the people that want to support in the community and work with each other. Because I just did one earlier to where just letting people know, man, you got to invest in yourself. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
look at your hard work and dedication with your second channel, the number one grinder, and then how you got the underrated back. And, you still grinding. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you putting out the content, and you're having a discussion, and that's like the key of everything, man. Is us having a discussion because we don't get nowhere by just you know talking amongst each other, but not really reaching out to people and putting that pen on paper to where we have that bigger discussion to where everybody's involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the biggest topic of all, man. Everybody getting in, having a discussion, having an understanding that we got to put ourselves in the light
Mm-hmm.
to let others know what's going on. You know,
Yeah, but the key, I think, the thing is in this space, right? People just want to talk about technical or policy and stuff about YouTube and stuff like that, and it's all good. And I'm not saying the wrong because we all content creators. We need to pay attention to that. But I feel the key what you doing, and thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. It means a lot for me that comes from you. But the problem is when we talk about everyday stuff like me and you do, Go Professor, and others, they don't want to deal with that.
A lot of people just want to be entertained, and that's it. You
Yeah.
know, and that's what we always have the issue in the community. We done got so saturated with the likes of entertainment to the point where we can't even get the message across. I was on Kuda's panel yesterday, and he was regarding talking about how the mothers are getting so young now to the point where you don't even have that grandmother no more, that elder
Hmm.
grandmother to kind of help raise the kids because they still young and they want to still live, their life. They still got more life to live. It's like the kids are having kids younger and younger, even with the men, not even discounting the men. You got young men, they became fathers at a young age and set the responsibility. But then
Yes.
you have grandkids, and that guy, he's probably what, in his 40s or something with a grandkid.
Yeah.
He don't wanna he don't wanna take that time as the older guys that were in their 50s raising grandkids, spoiling them and taking them to amusement parks, and it was crazy. The other day, I show my kids little stuff here and there, and I was doing the tune up on the car, and my son wanted to come out with me and learn it. And I was laughing at him because he was saying that I don't want to be a mechanic, Daddy, but I still want to learn how to do it. And I say, yeah, that's how your cousin taught me. That's how my uncle taught him, and so on and so forth. You know, Now my uncle, he kind of was more like, and my granddad was like the designated me to the point where you had some issues. Those were the people I went to. You know,
Hmm.
and that class is far gone. Now I got cousins that they are, they come see me. They be like, man, I remember, man, we was so little, man. We used to look up to you, and now they having kids.
Hmm.
And the biggest thing with them is, they done got saturated in a whole new crowd of thinking right now, to where
Hmm.
they don't even know what they really going with their life. And even
Hmm.
though they had a father in the house, and it's just that they were divided, when the time their mom got a divorce, but the division came from them trying to, be their own man and not really listen to dad. And that's what this
Right.
generation doing now. They don't want to listen to the grandparents. They don't want to listen to their fathers, their mothers. And I always say this, it's like kids raising kids nowadays.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
That's so true. You go more point that. But I just want to let you know, brother Sheed. I want to let you know. Keep up the fine work. I just want to let you know. Again, listen, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. The link is in. It's in the chat. Anybody, ladies and gentlemen, anybody that wants to come on the channel, get on the panel. My email is in the chat. Let me know that you're going to email me so I can watch out for it, so I can put you on. That's the only way you get on. Or if I have your telephone number, I text it to you. So if anybody that wants to get on, ladies and gentlemen, the email's in chat. Let me know you email me. And welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. This is yours truly, the number one grinder. This is part 27 of Morning Real Talk. No, I ain't send the link. Do you want to get on, brother pastor? You gotta let me know. You want to get on? Let me know. You want to get on, brother pastor? You can come on. You can come on. And also, brother She, man, it slipped my mind. But what you got good coming up on your channel before we continue?
My birthday is tomorrow, so I'm actually going
Oh, what you
to
turn on? 28?
I wish, man. You know, them years they starting to catch up with me. I be this my big 40, man.
40?
Yeah, man. Just
Dang, you
turning
making
40.
me old. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Hey,
Dang.
you and Gold Professor, y'all got to that age where I had to start calling y'all old. No disrespect, but
I know, right?
yeah,
Well, we
man.
the old elders now.
Yeah, y'all fulfilling the elder role now. Hey, to be honest, shoot, 40 is elders to most people
It
nowadays.
is, yes. I was getting ready to say that you approaching elder right now.
Yeah, I'm approaching elder privilege right now at 40. You know,
Yes.
these young cats, man. Yeah, what's her name? Uh, Love to Travel. She was born October 6th too. I was on that panel earlier, and
Mm.
she said she gonna have a live stream from 12 to 12 midnight, all the way to 12 midnight to the next day.
Ah,
24 hours.
yeah.
I was like,
That's
yeah, I'm not up for that.
man.
And
Let me tell you something. You
I
know,
think she said she's 60, 63. And I'm like, well,
I'm telling y'all, man. Sometimes, yeah, you see underrated. Oh, underrated,
three.
man. You moving real good, man. Them ace of pains is kicking my butt sometimes.
Hey,
Man,
yeah, hey, hey, Duke always say, man, hey, I can always outlive underrated, but I can't outwalk them. Say underrated be getting it in, boy.
Gay Lava, that be a damn. Yeah, but I'm gonna
Man,
tell you one thing, brother. Shit. Now it used to be like if you reach 50, it's a blessing. But if you reach 40, it's a blessing too. But oh, there you go. It's a blessing. So I just want to salute to you. Man, brother Sheet, I know you that long.
yeah, man.
Happy birthday. What's up? What's up? Underrated. Happy
What's
birthday.
good? What's
Happy
good?
early
What's
birthday,
good?
T. She.
What's going on, Pastor?
Man. I listened to y'all conversation about the space and how it's going. You know, I don't even think it's really a space. I mean, I think it's kind of like a fraction of a space, but
Hmm.
I think it's more or less all that old school stuff gone because really there ain't nobody really to kick that knowledge. Well, not really kick that knowledge, but talk about like the old issues because all the new people is pretty much a game or a game show or entertainment, and all the original problems are going to get kind of pushed under the rug, I believe.
But I still say there's still some brothers like in my age group is trying, and but but I can understand how the younger brothers feel, younger sisters feel. But some of us, is still trying. Like we got me, Go Professor, um, Big Rooster out there. So there's some just trying, and so it's yeah. I can understand how you feel, you know. But I would say this: don't alienate the ones that is trying, you know. And I feel that's very important. You know what Brother Sheed is doing. He approaching 40 tomorrow. You know, he say he reaching the elder statesman. You know, people but it's not funny.
Oh yeah, but he put in work. He put in good work, put in good content. But I honestly don't believe that's the future of this. I don't believe that's the future of this space's content. I believe the future of this space's content is delusion. Like just telling people what they want to hear rather than what it actually really is.
But I would say that I understand saying brother pastor, but I would say this that the real always prevail, and you got to stick through it. That delusion. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that you got to keep on pushing even through that because it's to be a time. I'm 56 and I'm proud to say 56, and it be a time that brother She and brother Cole, full professor, had talked to me offline. Man, I don't want to put even when I got this channel back. Matter of fact, I'll talk about she man. I can't do this. Now he said, no, you keep on pushing it. I understand that you support Brother She, but this space is like is more, little more and more. It's so corrupted right now that this, and I want your brothers to come up here too. And let me put this out there. Let me make this announcement again. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Doctors. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best case secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. This is part 27 of Morning Real Talk. And the link, if any ladies and gentlemen that wants to get on the panel, my email's in the chat. That's the only way you're gonna get on. Or if I have of any way that you want to get on, just let me know. Big Duke in the building, talking about that big head mother right there. Now I better be careful.
What up?
That for a swat right there. Let me tell you that he break backboards. He break your back, and you be on disability for the rest of your life. Be walking like a broken dinosaur. So I'm not gonna mess with you. I'm sorry, bro, Big Duke. I'm sorry. But all jokes aside, fourth quarter talk. I want you to go there. Brother Pastor Fort out. Go to his channel. Brother She, we here. Go to his channel. Brother Rooster, go to his channel. These are good channels that we need to build on. Go, Professor. I say go, Professor. And I know that people say you need to include me. I include me. These are good channels, y'all, that we can build on. We need to support. Because the way I look at it like this, and that good point that Brother She was talking about, even Brother Pastor, he talking about his own way. If you want, this is the way I feel in this space. If you want to entertain, y'all, just let us know you want to entertain. You cannot be no half in. I want the information to better myself, or do you want to fall back? No. If you want to be entertained, just say you want to be entertained, so we would know that's what you want to be entertained. But do not get in the way that the ones that put themselves out there to give you the information to better itself.
Yeah, the information used to be entertaining though, I used to be entertained by the information. Now the information just ain't. I guess they saying the information ain't enough. I don't know if it. Because I don't know, man. I just seen a lot of cats dropping the ball on these like when brothers talk about that situation that happened out in Boston. Man, brothers dropping the ball in that conversation, man. They keep wanting to talk about exposing her too, and men of it. And I get the argument, but man, we got to understand the laws and legalities and rules of engagement over playing victim like men. We don't get the Me Too. We don't get the Me Too. We got to understand these rules of engagement and the laws of attraction, like with men being in a position and women are being attracted to men in a position. A lot of those old talking points that was real, we stopped talking about them. So now we got men out here completely lost. And what we found out we need to do. Hell, because at this point, Me Too can come right back. Me Too can come right back, man, because cats out here still being delusional.
Yeah, I think what it is, Brother Pastor, and I just want to let you know you keep up the good work of your channel too. And I do support you.
Yeah, I see you pull up for thank you, brother. I do. Hey, when Big Duke be going live, I ain't see him go live. I saw this.
He be going live on Friday 6:05. His link is in the his channel is in the chat.
Yeah, I sub to him. I think I'll be work. I think I'll go right to work when he go live on Friday.
Big Rooster, that's a great channel too. And but I think the thing is that Brother Pastor, and Brother Sheet, I want you to get into it. That's the problem is I always talk about laws and legislation. I do talk about it, but I think Brother Pastor, The way how you break down laws and stuff like that, we need more of that because there are some of us don't even know, and then every state is different too. Even every commonwealth is different too. And I think that what we need to do, we need to pay attention to that. Oh, I get to know because sometimes that I give case in point. Three weeks ago, right? They was talking about men's rights and everything. Oh yeah, no. Brother Pastor did talk about it. They said I said I don't remember when. It's about a few months before that. Every state is different. He broke it down too. So how do you? Because I was in a panel with him. So we got to understand. You got to know the litigation, what Brother Pastor is really talking about. And see, this is the problem. What y'all two talk about different things. People just do like this. But this is great information that we need to know to help us as men, even help us as family. So this is the way I look at it. The entertainment to me is going after that. If you need information to help you get through a certain crisis, but when something happens, that's when you want to reach out to Brother Pat. That's when you want to reach out to Brother CB. That's when you want to reach out to Big Dude and Big Goose. You want to reach out to us, Go Professor. You want to reach out to other women, other sisters. Then you want to reach out. While you have the information, you can avoid that.
Yeah, well, before the storm, because like brothers are having these conversations like, well, everybody was dating and working at the job. I'm like, look, man, that work husband era is over, and we learned a lot from that work husband era. People was families was getting torn apart. Businesses was getting violence. How do you think workplace violence started, y'all? For relationships at work, we've been there, we've done these things, so we can now socially, legally look at them differently. And it's changing, brothers. Stay up with the times.
Yeah.
But
Pastor, drop your channel.
my thing is, man, when it comes to the space, it's too much about a money grab. Because my thing is, a lot of channels haven't really stuck to the script. If you're gonna call, that's like with me. I always say this, and it's not even a disrespect to the guys in the manosphere, but I don't call my channel a manosphere channel. I always say I associate with the guys in the manosphere, but I don't call myself a manosphere channel. Simply not because of the ideology that kind of manosphere has a stain in which they put them into. It's just that certain guys, you know, they try to push this thing as a monolith that we all think alike, and that's not true. I know what the real senior, the real actual manosphere was brought up about was to change the laws and to benefit me. But we don't see that right now as laws being changed and helping to benefit men. We more or less see a different approach, you know, because my thing is this: if there's a situation with a woman, then there's just a situation with a woman. You know, if a guy have a situation where a woman did him wrong, I understand that. Deal with it and let's move on. You have a choice in the matter of everything. So when it comes to a lot of the situations, I don't get it to where they're trying to make everything a monolith. Like you're actually putting a stain on which the manosphere was built on, and it wasn't built on the backs of women. It was built on injustice of a lot of men being, disenfranchised and being taken advantage of just because they are black men. You know, and that's the main reason that we have these problems. That if you don't stick to the code of, you being a man and helping another man out, then you break down what the manosphere was built for and what it represents. So that's why I stepped away from being in that limelight of, just the whole manosphere principle of a lot of guys knew. Because, like I said, they're not building these. Because the biggest thing with, I say, Kevin, when Kevin got big, and there were some guys that embraced him, but there were guys who ego wasn't put aside to where when it came down to it, a lot of this stuff was going towards helping black men. Now, if you was really for the scope of helping black men, you would have, hence took approach to talk to Kevin and tell him to structure things a little different because he's not only representing himself, he's representing, the likeness of most men.
Mhm.
If I had an issue with that, then I would go at him, considering, the space that I'm in. Even with the situations with a lot of guys, building their channels. If you're gonna call yourself a manosphere channel, just like guys were saying, like Ty City, you gotta wave that banner to where everybody who has this banner, they're considered that type of channel. Because anybody can come in here and say they manosphere. We had a lot of, suspect guys that were coming in talking about they were manosphere, but then, they was only manosphere when it's convenient, or they was only manosphere when it can kind of benefit them. And that's what
Mhm.
a lot of, the women channels are doing this. Most of the men channels are doing this. They say they not manosphere, but they talk about stuff from the manosphere just because of the benefits, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. I think because I know like brother she he was telling me, see, underrated, you on the list of be among the channels of Manosphere. I don't know how. I don't get no Manosphere push. Do y'all see anybody from the Manosphere be here?
I've
I'm
heard of
asking.
I've heard of certain guys, talk about your channel and stuff. Art always, used to talk about your channel before you.
Yeah, I know. I ain't talking about art, but I'm talking about others. I don't
Now,
see them.
I mean, Roger talked about your channel. There's,
Oh,
the
really?
likeness of a lot of few guys that in and out that talk about your channel because you got to understand, what your channel is based on. A lot of people don't have that same delivery like they used to. There was a lot of channels when I first came in was talking about, men's, the health, men trying to better their family. It wasn't all like now. It's just all about the women. I
Wow.
I can't go on too many panels that just don't kind of garner a relationship talking about the women. I mean, I used to always go on panels to where men always were talking about taking care of themselves, not getting caught up in the justice system, not getting caught up with, wild women. I can understand you talking from a narrative of helping guys not get caught up in bad situations with women, but to kind of downplay the situation that all women are bad, even with, to the extent of the passport guys, it's a narrative to where a lot of guys been traveling and a lot of guys had that passport mindset, but they never voiced their opinions on, why they were leaving or what was this. They just said, they just want to, travel and weigh their options,
Yeah.
and now this is like a movement, and the guys who talking about the movement, their whole thing is going at the women. I'm like, but if you're not checking for these women, you sound like a divester now. You want to get on the divesting women for calling out, black men like this, but you literally sound like a divester for doing the same. And then, you have some guys that say, well, if women do it, why can't men do it? I'm like, yeah, but shouldn't you be elevated above that? That's the thing. Women wear dresses. You want to wear a dress too? Like, elevate above that, type of mindset.
Yeah.
Exactly. And thanks, fourth quarter, Duke, for subscribing to the channel. And that's the reason why I'm telling you, she, that whole with the last couple of things that's been happening major in society. I'm just so disappointed in like how the actual black manosphere handled it. I mean, these brothers are supposed to be. It's like the experienced ones went off and are doing something way different. And like the inexperienced ones that me and you called this out a long time ago. Well, me, you and underrated called this out a long time ago. The inexperienced ones that they can hold a theory conversation long enough is who's actually winning. Because they actually just made this thing into a game show. This is number entertainment. They don't have. If they had the experience, they would understand this stuff ain't funny. But because they haven't had the experiences, they're able to joke around with because they ain't got the life experience.
I think what it is, like I said, I know what I'm talking about. I said for me, when I offer myself to help people in the space, right? They look at this like, you don't know what you're talking about. But I be hearing these conversations be happening, and I be letting people know, listen, don't go the same right I did. I thank God I got out of it and everything. I can show you another way. No, that's all right. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not saying they literally saying that, but the way how they act, okay. And I feel that's the problem too, because we don't pay attention to each other's life experience that can actually save your life. And when I'm being blessed, I think Big Rooster, check your email. Check your email. Brother Big Dude, check your email too. Also, um, you got people, they just okay, no problem. Big Rooster, type something in the chat, and also check your email. And also just they just do not want to pacificate. Okay,
I,
I got you,
I'm
Big Rooster.
convinced. I'm convinced that's on purpose, though, underrated, because um a lot of the solution back things, you know, aren't really it's entertaining to a certain extent, but when you start looking at the reality of what you really got to do, it ain't really that fun. I mean, it just really ain't that fun. And I get it. People come to these spaces because they want to have fun. They want to. This place has become an escape, like a never ever land, like Willy Wonka in a chocolate factory or some shit.
You understand that? I get what you're saying, brother Pastor. But life ain't all about having fun. I have fun. It's a different form, but I have fun. But when it's going to be a time that I want to be better, that I need to take serious, and maybe that person that dropping some jewels that could help me. When is the time is to be get serious?
You know the crazy part about that? It came a time when guys got in the manosphere. They got in it because they were done wrong by a woman, and that's the whole thing of red pill rage. To where just like with the Matrix, find out the information, like all the stuff you've been lied to, and you don't want to believe it. And then once you get out of that stage, then you have a sense of understanding, like the way I need to move is this, the way I need to do is that. Shout out to one. I'm not. I don't know. Well, yeah. He's pretty cool. Um, I didn't want to say his name,
No, you have to say it.
but basically, he came to the space not because he couldn't get women, not because women were doing him wrong, because he knew how to move. You know, he was taught that at a young age that, you give everything to a woman and sometimes a woman to step on your heart. Not all women think alike, That's what they teach young boys, treat women with respect and treat women nice. But he said he grew knowing that, you know, I'm just gonna say his name, Light Bear, his child. Light Bear was married before. And he said his whole thing was he came into the space because he got a divorce. And he's like, man, to my degree, I did everything right. I did everything I was supposed to for her. And I still didn't understand why she was divorcing. So it wasn't that he was coming to the space with rage. He was coming to the space for understanding. And that was the whole thing. Guys were coming into the space because of a reason or a thought or some type of guidance. But now the space is garner entertainment. You know, The same way that society bashes, men and put men into these situations, the same way we pushing it into the situation for women. But like I say, I get it. A lot of women do a lot of bad stuff, and like I said, it's in most women's best interest to have a hot girl something because she get all the provision. If she don't, you know, deal with it. She pretty much just, to an extent, only gonna live like the average woman. And when it come down to it, they call them the pick-me's. Nobody's dealing with it because most of the guys are trying to change. And I always say this, and I get a lot of slack, and people, most guys in the manosphere just want hoes. Most of the guys would describe a hoe, and they just want that hoe to be a nice woman that they can marry. And as men, we know generally older men who's been out there know that that doesn't work. You can't convert. That's why the old saying, and it needs to be true, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And that's the thing. If that's not her life, she's not gonna change for it. And a lot of guys, they with this whole perception that women just need to be pushed in a different direction. No, she's gonna go where she want to go. I was talking to Kane the God, and we was having a discussion, and I told him, I say, the thing that really irks my ear when I hear a guy says that she chose wrong. No, she chose right because that's what she wanted that moment. You're gonna go after what you want. If you want pizza tonight, you're gonna go order a pizza. If that woman wants a man like that, she's gonna go get a man like that. Now, is she happy with the results? Results may vary, but at the same time, no matter that's what she got. She got what she wanted. Whether the guy was good, whether the guy was bad. So most guys know, looking past that, if that's not your lane or you don't have an understanding, gain understanding. That's why I always talk about with the knowledge. A lot of guys, they're so focused on the bad of the women, focus on the knowledge so you know how to move. You know, you don't get trapped or get put in a situation because you have the knowledge. A lot of people fail to garner the knowledge. That's why they so lost in this so-called system right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. Yeah, hey, man, go get GP, man. You don't want to get on. You don't want to get on the panel, man. I mean, it's like you and Big Duke ready to fight, man. Gotta be a
So,
referee.
so Professor, I want to come up here. I got words for him.
Oh, GP, brother Sheezy got words for you.
Get up here, old
He
man.
said, "Shut up."
Come on, old man.
Yeah, man. But ladies, you welcome to come on the panel. Ladies and gents, you're welcome to come to the panel, open panel. Again, this is my channel, Underrated Dark. This is yours truly, the number one grinder. Um, this is Morning Real Talk. This is part 27. We got Brother Pastor, Brother She, we here, and we got people. Yeah, this is an open panel discussion. Yes, it's Brother BMT. Yes, if you wants to come up, feel free. Let me see. Let me see. I think I have your email. I think, Brother BMT. I think. Let me see. Um, yeah. Okay. Brother BMT, watch out for your link. Cause I'm sending. I'm sitting. Come on, dog. Damn phone. Okay, there it goes. Okay, brother BMT. Good morning to you, to your family. I was just sending you the link. Let me see. It went through. I just seen the link, so watch out for it. Just come straight to the panel. All right. But yeah, he say, watch it. Watch it. Say James Evans. Go. From Big D say he too small. Grab the mic sheet.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Tell Gold Professor, aka 8 Ball, that ain't nobody messing with him.
Yo, brother, she call you 8 ball fourth quarter. You, I mean, 8 ball go faster. You gonna go? I'm saying you gonna go with that? She, why your mustache broke? Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah,
Hey,
brother BMT. Oh, okay.
no, I was gonna say, tell him it's okay. I can grow a mustache. It's
Oh,
okay.
you gonna go for that? Go for. He said,
And
oh,
hair.
and he can go mustache and hair. You gonna go for that, your brother GP? I know you ain't go for that. Cali stand up. He's the Big Rooster. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, and we had fun over here too. It's not a drag. People think we had fun over here too, man. I mean, one time, y'all, this about my past birthday, man, brother Sheed and Go Professor snapped on me real bad. And everybody, some jokes, man. Like, really? Like, people was like, oh, you will let them, these are my brothers. I mean, like, y'all gotta tighten up here, man. I tell you, you know what I think? I think these brothers in this space, they are dry. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. The Sahara, man.
They
Backed up.
dry.
Backed up.
Back up a lot. Yeah, y'all need to let it out. On the real. It does a body good, you know? Hey, I'll never really dry it up. Hey, I'm all right. I'm all right. You got a clear mind when you, you know what I mean? Y'all talk about women all the time, but us as men suffering. So, I don't know.
It's because a lot of those guys are not really focusing on the real conversation. And it's about the men. I had a brother reach out to me this morning, tell me, what I'm saying, how am I doing? I told him the same, man. We had a few little words exchanged, just trying to see how we are mentally, and that was it. Just to, hey man, just checking on you, what's going on. A lot of brothers, have a have a live where you can just talk like that.
Yeah. But again, brother BMT, I seen the link to come on the panel. You're welcome. And yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, brother, brother, dude, it's crazy. They don't understand that it's okay to have a woman in your corner. It's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because you keep on alienating women. How about you meet that woman? She gonna see what you saying. She ain't gonna want to be bothered, but you gotta understand, and then she gonna look at you a certain way. Y'all don't think. Y'all don't think of stuff like that. There are brothers in here are married, happily married. You know, these are the ones that wants to help. But the way I look at it, y'all don't want to. Y'all don't want to help. I mean, y'all. Oh, they got kids. Oh, they got kids. Oh, what? That preach about family, right? Again, there you go. The one and only brother BMT. Welcome, brother BMT. Peace to you and your family. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's going on? Peace to everybody.
Good.
Panel.
Pleasure to have you.
You're coming in kind of low, BMT.
No,
Yeah, you little low.
that's just me talking. That's just me talking.
Okay, got you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got your midnight voice on.
That's just me talking. So what's the topic that you're trying to address? Stop you
No, we
trying.
were just talking about basic conversation. We're just talking about the space. We're talking about families, why it's so important, and us brothers being together to find solutions of that nature.
Um. Alright. 'Cause I mean, I can. I don't. I easily defected from this space, and I took my following in my group with me, and anybody that signed with me or has deals with me, they all left. Anybody else that deals with everybody else, I kind of cut them off or I distance myself from them. I don't, to an extent, I don't, I don't do but this space don't represent me. Doesn't, never has. Um, so yeah, I don't see a point to. Well, I mean, I get. I mean, y'all people can have conversation, but then when I start talking about, okay, so tell me what stuff are y'all getting past? Like, don't tell me about your sexual grandeur, or tell me about the pookie, or the educated lane, but stuff like that. It's a lot of skewed narratives. This is not. This is just being honest. And I mean, I can say what I say because built, I've helped built this space, and so I also understand that the space representation um, doesn't. Black men are not a monolith, and I understand when people are asking for us working together. There are some people that come around certain channels. I don't rock with them, so I don't go to those channels. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you got to ask yourself, when we push for the discussions, and I was asking that on the panel yesterday. I was asking that on the panel. Shout out to Art and Style, and I'm talking to my legal team. Um, what laws did the manosphere push for? And I know a lot of people. Oh, here we go. And I'm like, no, dude. We're gonna answer that of the question. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Art for allowing me to have. But see, y'all gotta ask the question, or you gotta like ask these things. It's like going to church and you paying tithes and offering, yet
Mm-hmm.
you don't see putting money into go nowhere. Saying, it's a lot of people want to get off their gripe or their trauma. You know, and people, you got people saying, the black community's done. Tell me why should I work with that man? Wow,
Mm-hmm.
you can't say, well, uh, we all black. Just because you look like me don't mean that you fuck with me. Just because you just because you come or you have some money don't mean you actually are for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and this is not no negative horse. It's just that of the reality um,
Mm-hmm.
that you need to find those who are for your talking points. You know, start talking to men about that of hypersexual behavior and abuse. They get quiet.
Yeah, you're right.
They get quiet, but they want to talk about
Mm-hmm.
the mothers. And I'm like, no, nigga, let's talk about that. But ain't no mom running no gang. Ain't no mom running no blood. Ain't no mom running no folks. You're not gonna tell me this, but I shoot and bang with some of them, and also I fought some of them. So you're not gonna tell me no woman's running anything. Well, these are their sons. See, now you're skipping past that at a point because these are full men. These are men underrated age, she's age, pastor's age, my age. You know what I'm saying? Versus then you have it where we have some brothers, they are trying, and I know we say, well, why aren't they getting back? And I'm like, you don't want everybody backing you. You can have some
Mm-hmm.
people support you, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
need everybody putting hands on you and
Mm-hmm.
touching. Um, and I think you can even learn that from watching Hove, Jay Z. Jay Z had a hundred dudes around him, rocking chains, popping bottles, and it almost cost him Rock Nation. He had to work to get it back. But when he finally got back, them same dudes weren't around him. He started trimming the fat. You know what I'm saying? Even down these, oh man, you did Beanie Siegel wrong. You don't know what he had to talk with him behind closed doors. And see, that's the thing about where, you know, um, if it was time to talk about business, fellowship. I understand, man. You're gonna hit hardships. I understand. Yes, we have our ups and downs. But after that, nigga, you got to move on. I'm not gonna sit here and complain and weep and gnash of teeth over the pity patty shit. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna. You want to talk about how to make some money, get a forklift certification, go drive a truck, go get your nursing license, tangible stuff to help better yourself, but the women control that shit. The women don't control what that a man allows them to do. I went inside the VA, the woman was sitting in the front desk. That don't mean a man can't get a job, and the black men that I see working at the VA or most government jobs, smoking or having a hard time around the women. They out there working. But then we'll say, well, they simps, they blue pill. I've heard them talk about the cleanup man. I've heard them talk about stepfathers. And I said, that's crazy. You want men to be in leadership, but you don't respect the men that take on a home. Mm-hmm. Well, black men don't need to be the cleanup man.
And also in this, go ahead, Bug BMT. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just getting it off. Anybody can come at the talk point. Like I said, I think one of my things about it is a lot of people say, BMT, you flip flop. I said I don't flip flop. I think for myself. Mm-hmm. I think for myself. In other words, I'm not going to just agree. Mm-hmm. Just agree because you said that because you're my boy. I'm not going to just go along with that. Mm-hmm. If you say something and I agree with it and it's a proper order, true. I told one man, how they going? I get it. You looking for femininity. Fair enough. Why don't you just go to like a functional area in the U.S. that's men and women are masculine and feminine? There is no place here. Wait. How are you saying that? How do you know that? I know a lot of functions off the tip of my tongue. I could just boom, 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 start naming them. Or you looking for that ratchet? Or you looking for that ratchet? Looking for that hood? You trying to tame that untamable horse in the field? Mm-hmm. She don't want that. She wanted that. She wanted more of a different approach. All keys don't open the same door. Versus that of what you can do. Now I'm not mad at no man for I traveled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm like, if you're not conquering the problem. Mm-hmm. I've talked with the swirlers. You seen that underrated. I've talked with the mixed people. I said, hey, I'm not kicking the mixed people out of the community. Other blacks don't think that the mixed people should have a voice. I said, no, let them talk, but their kids, they still have some type of black relationship, even if they want to acknowledge it or not. Mm. Like I said, there's some people have a chip on the shoulder, underrated. You know what I'm saying? I was abused, and I respect you because you and I I think we're the only two channels that have talked about that. Mm-hmm. I don't see black men coming around when we talk like that.
They don't want to.
They don't. But you'll talk about that of getting poom poom, right? About that of getting in the guts. If the father was home, sometimes the daddy be home and these things still be popping off and happening. Just real talk. Dad be working. Child don't say anything when they get abused. You would know that if you had that of a cognitive relationship, talk with your children or talk with the people around you. Hey, what's going on? What's happening? What happened at school? Hey, you don't hang with Samantha anymore. What happened? Samantha, me are not friends anymore. Why y'all aren't y'all friends? Now you gotta start digging in on what happened. Like, these are things that it's interesting. If all of us have some type of tangible thing, and that's why I probably started changing up on this space, man. Mm-hmm. I think this space has been about the dollar. It's about the dollar. Mm-hmm. The three dudes that whatever the hell they call them, Godfathers. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't got no beef with any of them. Mm-hmm. It's about the check. It's never about saving. It's never about saving the congregation. It's about the check. So I could give a damn about being AME Baptist or whatever the hell denomination, but it's about the check. That's how, and honestly, I get it. I get it. But in a dominant society, how they're viewing this space, it's a hate group.
Mhm.
It's a hate group. It's not being looked at as that of a communal service. Because when other people hear about this space, yes, it can have good talking points, but that of the amplifier that it's coming from, that's a different story.
Yeah. And also, we also got to talk about this in the space too. Like even brothers like me that live by themselves, but do talk about families is very important. The man and the women and the child and the community,
Mhm.
and also the ones that are on disability. They have to have a voice too.
Mhm.
And it seems that I'm saying in the manosphere is on deaf ears.
Mm.
It's on deaf ear. I'm being alien right now. See in this. See, I realized this for a while back, and I'm glad that you hear Brother B and T and Brother Sheed and Brother Pastor. Let me announce this. Welcome to my channel, Down the Radio Doctors. Yours truly, the number one grinder. Ladies and gentlemen, it's open panel. So, ladies, you are welcome to come to the panel. But only way you're gonna get on is my email. It's all low caps, jtblackman43 at gmail.com. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Let me get that out the way. But this space refuse to be diverse.
Right. It does. It does.
They refuse to be diverse for the better. So for me, I could talk just for me underrated. Why I should keep on putting myself out there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I watch your works. I know I watch you do your cooking meals and talks when you're cooking and you're talking to them. You make some pretty good meals and healthy meals. I watch you
Mhm.
talk, have conversations with men and women. Um, I gotta be honest, underrated. I don't see nothing of that of your representation. And I know a lot of older black men that live alone. I know a lot of older black men that live alone. And to talk about, well, I'm just gonna, go through guts and stuff, and I said, listen, dude, sooner or later, you're gonna be sitting down with a CNA hoping that somebody check on your black ass until you die. I said, this talk right here, this is temporary for that of an aching heart versus that of a solution.
Mhm.
Y'all need to start doing some stuff where y'all talking to people that could probably set up something for that way. And the space is not very foresighted. And I'm being honest, man. I'm not. Y'all think, oh man, here you go, BMT bashing black men, nigga. I built.
No, I'm
I
not. No,
built.
no, not at all.
Listen, I'm telling y'all. See, here's the thing about it. And this is the real shit. When I grew up, men didn't have to hold back talking to other men because if you was on your square, what another man said, couldn't rattle you.
Mhm.
But if you was fucked up, it is what it is. You just wasn't. You just knew.
Mhm.
Other men hear me saying this shit, they don't take it as that of I'm dissing. Underrated don't ever take it as that of a diss. When I talk to Pastor understand like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, shit. That nigga was right about that. And me and to wrap it up, I've talked to Sheep. Shout out to my home team down there.
Mhm.
Like I've talked to a lot of different men in different parts of their life. And the
Mhm.
thing about it is, most men don't see it as that of y'all talk like no man. Like if you strong men need to build strong men. Y'all gotta understand, man. Right now, the state of black men is not that fucking good right now.
You ask me. Ask me. I said I used to need a face plant, heart plant. I said about 4 years ago. It's not easy to put the needle in for the better. I mean, like I get case in point. When my second oldest brother was living, he passed away last August of last year, and we had this conversation. He watched like some of my stuff sometimes, and he said, "You always call me little big brother." He said, and it's sad. because throughout the years he worked with social media and stuff like other parts of social media. And he actually said, I'm he told me on the phone. I was matter of fact, I was talking about I was closing out the man's panel. And matter of fact, brother BMT, you was in it and you had to do another show. I never forget you had to do another important show about something. And he said, I love you, but it's not you. And you know what he said? Why are you wasting your time? That's my second oldest brother, y'all. Y'all hear it first for the underrated channel right now. He told me this last April or last year. Why are you wasting your time? You could take yourself to somewhere else to be appreciated.
Yeah, better.
And that's the person that see my stuff a few times and other people's stuff. Now, when you got a family member, not in the space, that tells you that, it should resonate. And this was last year. So with Brother BMT and Brother Sheed and Brother Pastor is talking about, and other people in the channel, y'all need to pay attention. Y'all need to pay very close attention, because I'm gonna tell you this: they forcing the real out because they want their evil green.
What underrated? I got the man up here too. He supposed to be on he on the phone. You can hear him?
Huh?
No, I can hear you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Pastor.
I'm trying to get the man in, but he can't even. Hold on, let's see. Can you hear him?
Yeah, you sound kind of low.
I can only hear you.
Well, we got Brother Ronnie here. You might be sneaking up on people, man. You know, I'm just saying I didn't do nothing to you, right? I'm just letting you know. Well, salute to Brother Ronnie.
Yeah,
That's everybody
I'm
fans,
bring
Brother
him
Ronnie. I
back.
want you to tell people about the podcast that you and DS1 have too. That I think that in this space we need to hear more.
Oh yeah.
So introduce yourself, Brother Ronnie.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I know most of you guys. This is Ronan, been around for a good minute, and myself and my brother DS1, we do a podcast like the Foundational Manhood Podcast, and we talk about things that most guys in the manosphere initially talked about, but we go in depth. We're talking about rites of passage, the need for addressing your mental, physical health, self-defense, things general men should be talking about rather than pussy politics and silly shit like that.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Mm-hmm. I think that's overtaken a lot of the conversation. Is that of pussy politics? Well, what about black women? We need to talk about them. I'm like, dude, man, get your shit together, bro. Shit will come. Like, a man can't take on a woman if he himself is fucked up in the game.
Sure.
When you say that to them, oh, you can say that, BFT, but you got a family. Like, my nigga, you make it seem like family men, granddaddies, uncles, fathers, guardians, teachers, like other black men ain't going through it with or without a family. Them bills still coming, my nigga. Them fucking goddamn politics still happening. We still getting raked over the coals. Hell, I'm gonna be honest. Let's get deep. Most black men can't even fill up their fridge these days.
Yeah,
that shit was real. I saw women at full line grocery stores taking men down there to go get some food for the storm.
DMT. When it come down to it, we just like them, but with more responsibility. Yeah. That's all it is. Like I tell guys, I get it. I was single before. You act like, I came out the womb with a wife. I said I do when I came out the womb. I wasn't always married. I get the politics about the relationships. I get the politics the way society You know, my thing is, you going through society with all this stuff, men coming, the society coming down on you as a man, society still coming down on me. But the only difference is, I got a wife going through this with me, and I gotta be strong even when she not. I gotta still do for my family even when other people don't. You know,
Mhm.
yeah, I got a one leg up on you because I got more weight to carry. You could say, yeah, man, you don't need that. You could divorce her and stay single. And what, be in your situation? Be running around here yelling, women ain't this and women ain't that. I mean, it comes a time where they're self-reflect, and a lot of guys can't reflect on that, man. What did I do wrong? Because, that's the biggest thing. We talk about these females and their situations, but a lot of guys, they tend to never really have that exit examination for themselves out of relationships.
Mhm.
I don't want to deal with nobody for a couple of months. I watched this guy, Flawless Man, Mentality, Black Excellence, and his podcast, he talks about how a lot of people in relationship, they don't tend to work on themselves. By him being a pastor, he deals with a lot of people, and then their development on their selves. And he's not like the regular pastor. Hey, I laugh at him because he cuss and stuff like that, but at the same
Mhm.
time, he's coming from the real. Like, he's not really sitting up here sugarcoating it, and holding your hand through the process. No, hey, you a man, you gotta shit get off the pot. Have an understanding of what you need to do to get yourself back out there in the playing field. You know,
Mhm. Cool.
Look at Jordan and all them. When when they down by 20, they not sitting up here, man. Man, we ain't gonna never win. We ain't gonna never. No, you gotta assess the situation, deal with the problem, and there you go. You teams have always been down. Teams have always took L's. You can lose 5 games straight and come on top with the next, or you can lose 6 games. It's up to you. It's the mentality that you put in. And a lot of people, they don't work on themselves. First
Mhm.
thing you do, if a woman leaves you or if a situation happens, is getting off the woman tip. Even if a situation happens in your life, change your mentality, change the way you know, the same way some people feel good by going shopping, it's the same way, man, get you a haircut, go buy you some nice clothes. Even if you ain't going nowhere, just sit your butt in that living room looking nice, and there you go. Feel good about yourself, man. A lot of guys don't even feel good about themselves. That's why they don't really, put forth the effort in changing.
Yeah.
And then you have these echo chambers telling them, man, you the man, you the man. If I keep hearing I'm the man several times, what I got to change? They need to change.
Right.
I'm not gonna change nothing because I'm the man.
Yeah.
That's the
Exactly.
whole thing. That mentality puts a lot of guys in a bad situation, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
and that's when we need to start having these men talk to start developing the conversation. Like, man, you ain't got it all, brother. You know what I'm saying? You failed. I once had to tell my homeboy the hard truth. He couldn't take it. I
Mhm.
told him, I said, man, your girl cheated on you, but you cheated on her 3 times. So if you take her back, that's on you. But my thing is this: both of y'all need to have that conversation.
Mhm.
See, you don't want a man in that discussion, because my thing is what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Mhm.
You you
Right.
you do you do this to her several times, but most men cannot take a woman cheating. So my thing is, if my wife ever cheats on me, I'm gone. Because if I'm not cheating, I'm not doing anything wrong. Why should I give you that authority over me to do something like that? Even in a relationship, any type of friendship. If
Mhm.
I'm gone in a friendship, me and you are friends, underrated, and you do something like horrible to me, and I address the issue, and you look at it as nothing, I don't literally. I told several people outside of YouTube, but I've literally lost a friend right now, more than, I say, about 18 years I've known this guy. Down the drain. Down the No, I'm sorry, 20 years. down the drain because of a misunderstanding. You've been knowing me for 18 years when this situation occurred. And instead of you trying to come and talk to me and see what's going on, nah, you want to sit here and talk to somebody else and try to garner some type of, fairy tale thoughts of me. You know my character. You know the way I move. You know me. This guy literally knows me damn near as much as my brothers. And for him to sit there and think I would do something crazy like that to him, that further shows me how much you know me. That further shows me, like, I've been seeing like little jealousy boil up when we have conversations, but I look at it as, man, he just a little salty. But now all this stuff has came out. One of my other friends told me, he said, you know what? Sometimes you outgrow people. You elevate yourself to a situation to where you're no longer wanted in the circle because of what you can do to make me look bad. You're no longer wanted around here for the simple fact is, now I got to do twice as much work to either keep up with you or compete with you.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
Great. Yeah, brother Ronnie.
I was like what she was saying. It's situations where, again, we evolve beyond pussy politics. We're talking about what do men do when they lose themselves trying to give their children and everybody else everything? What about when you lose everything? What kind of agency do you have? You got guys who do it. Some of the guys who are tuning in are homeless. Some of the guys who are tuning in are dealing with mental issues, personal vice as far as alcohol, drugs, things of that nature. Some guys are even dealing with self-deletion possibilities. Those get pushed to the side. Even the guys who are going through things with their children, not saying as far as like child support, but things like what is going on as far as like dealing with the society today. All the things that were thrown in their children that comes in their house. So we had to get back into talking about masculine conversations. Things about full progressive stuff, not this bullshit fluff. Because if you have a woman or don't, we're talking about evolution as men, dealing with adversity. It shows who's going to be men and who's going to be little bitch ass dudes sitting in these echo chambers doing the same old shit.
Yeah. I think for me, right, I've been in a relationship going on 7 months. Did we have our, trial tribulation? Yes. But at the end of the day, we don't live together. But at the end of the day, that rent's got to be paid. See, I gotta keep it real with y'all. I got getting paid $50 more on my rent, so that's got to be paid. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure the internet's be paid. These things got to be paid. At the end of the day, the man gonna be a man. These things got to be paid. I cannot think about no woman. I cannot think about because I'm on my own. Everything is on me. So when I get sick, and I want brothers to understand this. Even they live by themselves, because I know that I'm not saying y'all don't have the conversation. I'm talking about in the space. But when I sick, bills got to be paid. Okay? When I need to do shopping, I gotta fill it up. Especially like being on fourth quarter talk with Big Duke and everything. It helps me a lot to eat more better and deal with Brother Ronnie and Brother Sheen and everything. So I gotta shop. I gotta shop wisely. You hear what I'm saying? Because one little slip could push me back. And even brother have families. Y'all know what I'm saying. See, these are the conversations that we better have. These are conversations that, when I have men's talk throughout the years that I'm having, that these brothers don't want to hear it. Right. Even Brother B&T talking about, even Brother Ronnie talking about, even Brother Sheen talking about, even Brother Pastor talking about, even Big Dude talking about. So this is my thing. It's like this. There's other men, the space that they having men's conversations, but where is prospering at? Where is it prospering at? And we got to ask these questions. So I'm very, very clear that brothers of my age group are not pushing this.
No.
They don't want to push this because they know they have to look at themselves. And we have to understand, I'm not talking about y'all, but I'm talking about the one outside. You better understand that. Anything that deals with a man that being transparent, you have to look in the mirror. They don't want that. So that's why they go for that's when they want the imaginary puss. They want to be entertained. They want to be around money. They want to be around prestige because they figure that's fit them. But what about your masculinity? What about your character as a man?
I think but I've done shows of I wanted to show I showed black men in the halfway house. I'm the only one that does those videos. Dudes happy their family can't take care of them or deal with them no more. Or nobody wants to put them up for a place to stay. Black men, you know you're the lowest homeowner, right? I know you like seeing the rich and successful, but that's a minuscule amount of black men. It's a minuscule amount. That's why I said y'all don't need to have no kind of half value talk. Y'all need to have the dollar value talk. I do. I know a lot of black men that are in the homeless shelter. A lot of men trying to find Medicaid, calling their mama or somebody, hey, am I still on your insurance? You gotta understand, Coolio died at 59 fucking years old. That's not that old.
Yeah, that's not that old.
59 is not. 59 is not that old. Y'all see, that's what I'm saying. Like, niggas ain't catching the understanding. 59 is not that fucking old. If you and Pastor, you work in the medical field. For those of us who understand that shit, 59, that's like, no, that's an old man.
No, it's not.
People are getting to the average doctor is getting to their medical stride at 59. He actually learning what he doing at 59. That's when he actually.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Wow.
That man died in a bathroom. Granted, you don't know the hour in which it may happen. But I promise you, they're gonna start digging in deeper into his biop, into his health. They're gonna find out he did probably have some health issues. Most men do see it like, oh shit, like, man, if I just eat this honey, you know, I might still be able to fuck. If I take this pill and stuff like that, I'm like, nigga, when the last time you been to the doctor, bro? When the last time you got your colon checked? I don't do that gay bussy shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. They have new procedures where you don't have to go up in your ass for that shit. But they have a kit though where you can go
it's right with your blood. You do it with your blood. It's called a PSA. They can tell from your blood.
Right. But see, the thing about it is, we talking on actual men shit now. Y'all understand? Do y'all understand the scope of the difference of the room now? Like, you know, nobody cares. No. You need the fucking care. If they don't care, then you give a shit. Because what we seen differently in the news, y'all brothers ain't making it past goddamn 70. If you get past 70, shit, you done seen the world now.
Yeah.
And that's holistically, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody, someone do Coolio. I'm like, damn, this nigga didn't even make it that long. Like, Chadwick Boseman didn't make it that long. Like, y'all ain't getting your best and your elite ain't making it that long.
Mm-hmm.
We are gonna say
died at 46.
Right. And I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm like, yo, dude, like, I'm hearing a lot of men that pops or there's a man in their life either 40 to 50, might get to 60.
Mm-hmm.
And they going down. So get in some bubble guts if you want. But I'm like, yo, bro, how many impoverished housing plants are there for black men to go to? Y'all don't got a lot of places. See, instead of spending that money, listen, I can never tell a man what to do with his money. I ain't gonna never tell none of y'all men what to do with your money. But the allocated attention of what we need to be focused on. Because see, the men out there that are not, but this is, you all understand, this space is minuscule compared to that of what the men out there in the world actually say. Man, I don't give a fuck about what you got to say about patriarchy shit. Nigga, I'm out here right now, nigga. I'm out here right now trying to get a pack of cigarettes and trying to get a job. Nigga, what the fuck you mean? Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, the shit that, like I said, I respect those who understand it is for what it is and just suck it up and deal with it. Niggas trying to, well, BMT, you look like this, so you ain't high value. Nigga, fuck you. I know niggas that walk around with holes in their shirt, sweatpants, and nigga carrying stacks of money in their pocket.
Yeah,
all day.
That traditional, man, that traditional high value, like
it ain't what y'all think it is, bro.
So people don't keep the number one trusted. It used to be clergy, and that suit ended up being a lie. Now clergy is not the number one trusted profession anymore. It used to be doctors. Now that white coat is not the number one trusted profession. And when I know that, now it's nurses, but now they done got out here killing patients, thoughting all. Now that's not the number one trusted profession anymore. So no uniform is going to save you. No uniform is going to save you. Your knowledge is and what you're doing in that uniform or what you're doing outside that uniform is what's going to keep you. Your title's got to be laid down.
Yeah.
Let me say this because I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna have to listen. I'm gonna charge my phone. But when it come down to it, man, BMT was just talking about a lot of guys think they got all the time in the world. That's always the killer part. You know, man, I got time. Man, I don't have to save money. Man, I could do this. Man, I'm gonna take care of my kids. But what about the afterlife? You know, that's why I kind of harp on Alonzo with that life insurance so much, because my thing is this, man. Your parents didn't do nothing for you. Who are you to do the same thing for your kids? Well, I never had nothing. I seen a comedian make a joke about this. He said, man, bump that life insurance. I'm about to buy me a BMW. I'm about to drive my life insurance every day. Look at it. So with my kids, when I die, I'm going to leave them the car. A depreciated value, you know, a couple of Jordans that, yeah, they worth some money on StockX, but to a degree, if your son can't fit them, you know, he never grew to that size. Let's say your son wears a 12 and dad wears a 9. Then, like, what good is those Jordans that you left for him? You know, yeah, he can sell them, but, you know, hey, what's something to remember? Man, I mean, yeah, having a gold chain or something where they can, you know, sell off for the gold or something, or keep it in remembrance of you. Yeah, certain little, you know, trinkets and things of that nature is good for memories. But the point of it is, man, when you want something of some value, of some substance, your dad leave you money. I was just talking about that earlier. I was talking to this guy. He said his grandmother, when she passed, left him $10,000 in a will for life insurance. He ended up taking that $10,000, bought he had just enough money to buy him a '80s Trans Am, and he still got that Trans Am, 300,000 miles on the car. And he was like, man, I cherish this car. He said, man, I still got the radio in this car. He said, don't you know I bought a X5? He said, my X5, before I hit 100,000 miles, I changed the radiator in that thing 3 times. I was, dang. He said, this still got the original radiator, you know? And that's the whole thing. He said, man, most of my stuff is paid for. You know, I got my kids well off. My daughter, see, she works for me, for my business. So if anything, she has a job or she has her own company if something happens to her. He has funds set. He has money allocated to take care of his family and his kids. You know, that's the whole thing. You don't want to be a burden. I always talk about that. That was one of the biggest things I learned from my great grandmother, you know, saying that having life insurance is key. You don't want to be a burden. My dad had money set aside for us when he passed because he was in the military. And I said, well, I didn't go to the military. How am I garner something like this for my kids if anything happened to me? So that's when I said, okay, life insurance is the option. My family already talks about life insurance. Damn near everybody in the family have life insurance. Let's go with that. Let's take it a step further. Let's plan not only just for money for them, but let's plan money for me too. Let's go ahead and get this universal life insurance that gives money on top of the fund that I already allocated for life insurance. You know, a lot of guys, that's why I keep talking about the knowledge. A lot of guys not doing their homework. They not, bettering themselves. And I'm gonna jump off of this. I seen this one guy say this. If you have a minimum $30 in your account, next year around this time, you shouldn't have $30 in your account. You should have more. Every year you're supposed to be progressing and doing better. So if you're not doing that, what are you doing with your life? You just getting by? Getting people who get by typically fail in life. They're somewhere not the back, you're under a bridge, or you're not progressing in life. You count your pennies. I always say this. I don't want to be 60 and say I'm still getting my life together. There's some things I need to change. Yes, there's some things I need to better for myself. But those words won't be coming out of my mouth talking about getting my life together at 60.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
man, I holler at y'all, man. I'm gonna listen in the chat.
Okay.
I think
Well, I'm gonna get this off too. I'm gonna go more talk about health. I did talk about health insurance like a few months ago, but I'm gonna go talk more about health insurance, especially in my age group, like in the 50s, even in the 40s and the 30s too, because there are premiums. I'm letting you know right now. Where I'm at, Virginia, been here 10 years. They do have premiums. Do not cover as a black man, especially when you're single. They go by zip code, so you gotta understand. See, what happened was when I had to find that out like 10 years ago, because I didn't have health insurance when I first came to Virginia. So I had to, keep on investing, seek out, and then I finally had this health insurance that I really don't have to pay nothing. Even like if I go to the hospital, I just pay a little bit. But I'm just saying, us as black men, of a health insurance, you're not covered. The cutoff in the health insurance field. This was told to me of a black doctor. They want you to die, and when you in Virginia, 57 years old. I want to let it sink in. And they was told to me about 4 years ago. Okay? So I have to find something that's comfortable with me, the premiums, because you gotta think about the premiums, y'all. Because they don't look at they don't talk about the premiums and stuff. So good thing I find out. So I'm in this health insurance. I don't have to pay for nothing. Mostly, and that's good. Sometimes when you do that, it bring the cost down to your budget. And I think that we need to talk more about that. And I know Brother Ronnie and Brother BMT, y'all talk about that too. And I want to get to your brothers in the near future. We need to talk about that because there's a lot of misinformed information here about health insurance. Oh, you cannot get no health insurance. No, you got to search for it. They are insurance that are willing to work with you and everything. It depends. You have Social Security or other stuff, even if you work it. So, but just understand this: the health insurance is not made for black men, but there are still some that you can get into. I'm telling you bluntly. I'm telling you bluntly, it ain't. But there are some that you can find some that fit in that whatever criteria that you in, so you can get the necessary help to be healthy. It's very, very important. You need to advocate for that. Y'all can go on.
Yeah, you got to pass him. Oh, see. Well, you're definitely right about those things, and it's reassuring to have conversations like this. It's again, I'm burnt out on the gender war conversation, just burnt out personally. But we need to talk about those things about a living will, things about our finances, things about again moving accordingly, improving ourselves as men instead of being stuck with this keyboard courage. And that's the other part too. It's like as men, we need to know how to speak to each other socially, communicate effectively, be aware about our our situational awareness and everything. Because there's too many individuals who live and die by talking points online, but they know they will get the brakes beat off of them in person talking the same old craziness.
I'll say this though too. This has been great and everything. And I wish that more brothers, I know it's wishful thinking, trust me. It's wishful thinking, I'll get ready to say, but I'm going to say it anyways because it might be some brothers hear it and they get it. We need more conversations like this. We need more support, more brothers like this because there are some in this space, but you have to understand you got to branch out, brothers. You got to branch out to get the information, brothers, because they have evil intent to stop the real, what we talk about as men and everything else we talk. They are evil intent. I'm telling y'all, I've been in it. Ronnie, you know what I'm talking about. BMT, you know what I'm talking about. We've been in this space for a long time, been for a minute. Now, you know, the rate don't say that much, but I could tell you what I know. There's an evil intent to make sure that this message is not being branched out. But don't let them do that. You got channels, you use the best of your ability to uplift men. And even you hurt some men, let it be. Hopefully they would get it, let them know that we love them and we care for them. We have to understand that. Sometimes tough love, that's what we need sometimes. Cause I can tell you one time, DS1 a few years ago. Something happened to me and I told him, he said, big bro, you gotta get something together, man. I ain't trying to lose you. They're like, whoa, I know you go through. I had to like, and DS1, bro, DS1 younger than me. But we took the space out. Man to man, I need you around, big bro. That's like, because I never really had nobody, I had people told me that, but but to grasp it in, like, and we need to bring that back. And we have to understand that they are majority of them, they don't want that. That's their loss. The way I look at that's their loss, because the information is out here. Cause my late father passed away before he was 62. That's over 30 years ago. He was going to 62, y'all. That's young. And at that time, the for black man age at that time was 63. That's back in 89. So what do you think 30 years later, what you think what it is right now? It's scary. So anybody that wants to add on or last remarks?
I'll say before I step out of here, just definitely it's reassuring to see brothers out here who are still speaking on man issues, important issues at that. And I'll definitely subscribe to other brothers' channels. I subscribe to BNT right now, and I'm looking forward to see more growth, not just in this space but beyond the space, because we got to be mobile, not just online but offline, and that's what I want to see from us.
I think one of the things about it, I do apologize. I was getting some oatmeal to eat. Brothers, trying to, y'all got to start watching what y'all eat. You know, oatmeal, some orange juice, some fruit. Um, you know, you want to start looking at different ways. That's why I'm sorry if I wasn't around. Um, but you know, conversations definitely um have to start. We can't force them to go in different. Like if a man is focused on foolishness, he's still talking about that, and it's that same nigga that's still on the corner, still talking shit. versus some of the brothers or some of the young brothers. They're like, listen, man, that nigga still been in the same spot, drinking beer, eating boiled peanuts, talking this shit. Versus, I got to do something differently. And and I appreciate those who are holding the line that don't get seen because they're too busy focusing on we got other shit to worry about. You know, um, I think that's the reality of looking at that of the state. This is why a lot of men that understood the focus of what where as a man need to be. You know what I'm saying? I call my friend who works at the men's shelter. I be asking him, yo, bro, you need any money? You want any camera? You need footage of this? He said, nah, bro. He said, listen, if the men ain't coming down there to help, they ain't coming. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He be taking people in. He be taking people in there. He going broke. That's the thing about it. I think I can understand why there is sometimes some men that don't are afraid to step and touch this because then it's a thankless job. They want they want a crown on their head versus that of I actually want to make sure underrated is good. I want to make sure that he has his social security set up. I want to make sure that he has a ride to dialysis. See, this is real shit that I do actually deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like one brother literally said, "Hey man, like shit, I ain't know if I'm gonna keep my lights on, but I spent my money on food." That's real man shit that he's dealing with. And I know we all ain't in struggle mode, but the struggle covers a multitude of things as a black man. And so um having the conversation of, well, what about the black man's vote? The black man is right now worried about, well shit, I'm worried about politics, but nigga, I got reality hitting and kicking my ass right now, you know. And I told that on one panel, they were like, uh BMT, we got to stop white supremacy. Nigga, I was born in this shit. What the hell are you talking about? Like, I deal with it on a day-to-day basis. Right now, I'm talking to my son. My son right now is dealing with bullies. He's as a man. See, this is shit that we gotta understand as black man. There's a we forgot the essence of where we come from, where we trying to get to, and where we going. The man, the go-to guy or the high value man in my day was the man sitting in the barbershop chair. That if you went to Mr. Underrated and said you needed a job, go by the grocery store, tell them I sent you. They'll get you set up. That was the go-to guy. That was the vet. That was the high value VP because his words would get you into doors because you needed something. You know what I'm saying? If Mr. Ronan was the little league coach, that was the father figure, whether he had children or not. And see, that's the thing about it. Every man who didn't make a child didn't have to have kids. It was just it was the action that he did. And I know a lot of people start calling them the cleanup men, but I'm like, but these were respected men. I know we like bringing up the negativity, but y'all don't. We need to show also that these men have a place. And yet, and I actually bumped into the janitor of my elementary school. Man, I gave that man a hug. But a lot of times when those boys were acting up and being stupid, that man definitely looked out for our behinds. Hey, y'all boys get over here. Hey, y'all better not be smoking them joints around the corner. Hey, y'all boys, hey, you do your math homework. All y'all sit there at the table. Come back with some frozen peanut butter jelly sandwiches and some chocolate milk. Y'all sit at this table until y'all parents get it. That's looking out for us. He said, I'd rather y'all here in this building while I'm cleaning up than y'all out there in them streets getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That man retiring now. That's 30 years in the school business. And I know people say, well, there ain't no woman looking out for him. It ain't just the woman's job to look out for him. It's our job to look. You know what I'm saying? You know, we gonna hear goofy shit like that. That's not just the women. That's our job too. Like, hey, bro, you good? You got a vehicle? Did you get your life plan put together? Like, that's our job. Like, this is why I'm saying, like, being a black man is a thankless job. Let's just get that out the way. And if you're looking for your crown and your glory, and your fame, I think you're going to be getting hurt. This is why you're seeing a lot of men running on social media versus those who understand that of the climate. You know what I'm saying? The brothers like underrated, like, hey man, like this shit, y'all better get y'all shit together, man. It's different when you start to go to that doctor. Ronan's talking about, hey, the geopolitical structure for black men right now. Y'all worry about Stacey Abrams, nigga. You need to be worried about your local shit in your area.
Mm-hmm.
You better be worried about your local stuff. Like these are things. What are they doing with the roads? What are they doing what are they doing with the gas prices? Y'all need to go start talking about that. Wage. They raise minimum wage sometimes. Guess what they start doing? Start letting some people go.
Mm-hmm.
No offense, black men. Y'all, we the first one to get fired.
And the last
Always was. Always will.
Right. So I try to tell people like, hey, bro, stop worrying about the poom poom and start worrying about what's going on with our livelihood.
Yeah, even the ones that are on disability or got low wage jobs, we still last.
Yeah.
We still last. I know. Let's say Underrated did his own investigation. Last, y'all. I'm talking about legit disability. Last.
Right.
So that means that brother's still suffering to get some income, and also get some help. But I'm saying, where the advocacy for that? Where's the agency for that? But we don't want to talk about that.
They don't have the answers, bro. It's okay to say, I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me some guy. Listen, I got no beef or smoke with anybody that wants to read me some doctrine of the Mahonian report and all that shit. You know, when they start talking about when men get kicked out, niggas were getting kicked out the house during the day and coming back at night. I'm sorry, y'all. As long as I used to date a lot of project chicks. The niggas were back in the goddamn house before the niggas were right back in the house while the girl go to work.
Yeah.
We were
going right through the goddamn window
and everything. See everybody going. Just put the key.
You see everybody. Right. Your kid didn't. Where did daddy go? Your kid knew exactly where you was at. Daddy's at grandma's house. Daddy's at Uncle Junebug's house.
Mm.
Your kids knew where the hell you were at. Hell. I'll tell you why. Listen, my baby daddy be around here in these streets, bro. If he know that I'm talking to you, he gonna show up. That's probably the fastest way to get the baby daddy right back to the house. Another nigga show up. He be right there like, I said, damn, I could have sworn this nigga was gone for 2 weeks. Shit, that nigga down the street.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, I'm saying, listen, man, stop playing with us, man. We real men here. We real men. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I try to tell our dude, like, listen, man, let's start talking about how we can, if it was something where just one of y'all said, listen, man, I talked to somebody at a school, and we can just get like $100 or $300. Let's just get 4 brothers through getting their certification to be a CNA, to drive a forklift. I wouldn't give a fuck as long as it's something that they could get a job and start actually moving forward with their life. That's a win. I don't care about y'all going to go get some foreign coochie. That shit don't mean nothing to me.
That's a whole nother
job. That's the shit that I'm like, that's man shit right there. We put some brothers on.
I'm just saying, from a military standard, that's a whole nother conversation, which it's gonna hurt some feelings if whenever decide to get to that conversation. But we talking about shit here, like you said, like you have to get outside first. Get all, you can get your information from things online, but you have to apply the shit, not just at home, but out there in the world. Because it's a bigger world out there, and too many individuals treat this place like never land. They don't want to grow the fuck up, and they're paying for it dearly every day.
Yeah, and I can agree to, like I said, like I told a few brothers, hey man, y'all need me to take y'all down to VA.gov jobs,
man.
But I'm not a veteran. You don't gotta be a veteran. You could go there and apply and go drive the trans bus. The trans bus. That's some good check. That's a good check right there. You just gotta have a driver license. Don't be drunk or high. You could drive that bus and make some good money. You gotta let niggas know that. I don't know why they go there but you gotta let people know that stuff. Yeah, listen, I know. Listen, I ain't got no smoke, no brother. If you want to go, well, we all gotta get an IT. I gotta be honest with y'all. I didn't see that many of y'all in the IT. I didn't, bro. And I listen, bro. I've been around a lot of tech in my career, all over this goddamn planet. Y'all brothers, I've seen y'all do diesel mechanic. I've seen y'all work on all kind of shit. Black men, we naturally work our hand. I know we talking about a lot about school. Cool. I don't have no problem with men going to school. I want men to go to school. I think that was a big push. Before I went into the service, before I even did some schooling, before I got my business, black men are already pushing black men into school. The thing is, you got to have the initiative drive for yourself to push yourself to either study and actually go through it. Yeah, we see the brothers doing it, but we also understand a lot of brothers right now are like, damn, I'm in struggle mode. I got to go back home. Like right now, mama's sick. Oh, see, there you go, being a mama's boy. No, man. That was that one woman that looked out for that boy when nobody else gave a shit about that boy. I hate when niggas be doing that shit. Stop shaming men that want to save their home, like, or whatever, the one person that support them. I know a brother who said, hey, bro, like, I can't go on this deployment, but you need the money. My grandma's about to die. That's the only person that actually took me in. I can't go. So I said, hey, you got to stay back in the rear for 2 months. Stay back in the rear. We'll go on, bro. When you feel like you're ready. And then we make sure he had a job. But the thing about it is, y'all understand, some days outside of this space, some people just bring in their traumas of shit.
Yeah.
Versus that of dealing with that of the realities of the shit. You know what I'm saying? I could pull out I could pull out all my whole medicine cabinet. It's real for me. I remember and like a lot of people hit me up like, BMT, you gonna die? No. But I also understand that I carry burdens too. But I had to go change up my lifestyle. I talked about me staying in a homeless shelter for vets. I didn't have to. I chose to leave the home. But the mental demons I'll do. I'm being real with y'all. I did coke, but I had a lot of depression. Shout out to my dad. My dad took me to a hotel, locked me in that bathroom. I sweat that shit out like a goddamn demon. That shit was rough. Powerades and eating saltine crackers. My dad pouring water on my body. It's okay. You're going to get through this. And listen, I don't give a fuck telling no man. Because honestly, that's my story of what I've been through with a lot of dudes who are doing different shit to deal with the problem. The bottle, talk to me. The cigarette, talk to me. Sex, to deal with their little infatuation. Listen, a lot of men have a lot of addictions. Rather than sit down with a brother Ronan, underrated help, fuck BMT, and actually just say, hey, bro, we need to actually start repurposing your focus on other shit.
Yeah.
You get on here and talk about the community, they don't give a fuck. I'm being honest, they don't give a fuck. Well, they need to. Why should they? They got 99 problems, nigga. You just won.
Yeah.
We gotta start talking to the men and say, hey, bro, I get shit was bad. I get you probably not in a home like that. But here we are now. How can we move you forward? We can try to help you get a job, help you get your life back track, and you can try to repurpose that wound. The arm may be broke right now, but we can mend it and get it functional again. And that's just something that black men don't like hearing that in these spaces. But it is that of the reality. You know, like I said, that's all I got to say out of respect. Underrated. It was good chopping with you. You know, shout out to you, Battle. You ever want to come do and chop it up with us? Like I said, I shoot straight. You know what I'm saying? On a lot of stuff. That's why I said on the radio tape, I am heavily balanced, and a lot of people don't like that.
Brother BNT, is it possible I could do a chop up with you on my channel soon? It's not an interview. You can ask me questions too.
You know, it don't. You know, it's never a thing. I think by the time I see your emails, either I'm working, and right now I'm over like 14 channels. Like nowadays, I hate saying that out loud too. And I'm not doing the channels. It's just that's how much I've been writing for. I've been writing and making other channels, and YouTube is not my main. I want y'all niggas thinking that I'm not an O'Shea angry man Obsidian. YouTube is not my main bread. I actually have a life and family and stuff out here. It's just that this is just a little hobby. I keep myself busy, but outside of there, I do other things. I probably would have a better chance bumping into an underrated or a Ronin, and we going out there having a beer and going doing some shit and jumping off somebody to a brother. That's something I can see myself more doing. YouTube, after 1 to 2 hours, my mind is blank. I'm like, okay, y'all fan me out. I'm out. So yeah, just hit me up. Hit me up, brother. You know what I'm saying? And let's set this shit up. Ronan, if you want to pick my brain, or you want to talk to me, or you just want to jump on my panel, bro, give me the green light. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, let's have whatever conversation and let's build. Let's actually throw out information.
Gotcha. I'm gonna reach out to you soon, brother BMT, and I do owe you a chop up too, brother Ronnie too. So I didn't forget about you. Thank you. All right, peace. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm brother Ronnie. I want you to stay here. These are last remarks.
Go ahead. Sorry.
The most important thing is that this is you call real men's talk. This is what it's all about: empowerment and encouraging and help and aid. And we had chopped it up over 2 hours, some minutes, 2 hours, 13 minutes. Count it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you figure that'd be men to come in here. I want to be helped. But the sad thing, what Brother Pastor said over 2 hours ago, and he is absolutely right. Some of us just want to be entertained. But understand this, though. This is the question I'm going to turn to you, Brother Ronnie. Do we want to be better as men, or we want to be entertained, become death? And I'm going to turn to you, brother.
Unfortunately, there's a great number of us that want to die laughing. Especially, they figure at least someone's paying attention to me while I'm being one of the biggest jokes in society. And I've always said it always takes a pussy to expose and control one. But when I say that, it's like it's not just women in general. It's being around individuals who fuck you over with misinformation and you're paying for it. People who fuck you over opportunities and you're paying for it. You being the biggest trick ain't with a woman. It's not with a woman. It's you tricking yourself to believing that your sole purpose is only protect and provide, when you should be also procreating and problem solving. Be a whole man, not a half one. And that's where we're getting fucked over by. And, just to answer your question, yeah, there's guys who figure if they're laughing at me, at least they're seeing me instead of seeing the best out of myself.
And that's sad.
It's outright tragic, man.
It is. And you know what? Let me say this, though, too. And I want your response, and then we'll close it out. You know what the sad thing about it, Brother Ronnie? As me being a black man, 56 years old, not saying that I know it all, but I know some things. We the one is fucking it up. Because we want to still chase glory days. Instead of understand, I have a responsibility to be there for the younger ones. How old are you again, Ronnie?
I'm 46. You will turn 47 next month.
So we could say we like in the same age group.
Yeah.
Just about. But you understand what I'm saying. It's just brothers like us. It's up to us. But I understand that, like I said again, we need help too from the elders. But where the elders at for us?
Unfortunately,
so we got to take on OG/elder. So where's our growth? But we're not complaining. We're just gonna do the work.
Well, I mean, amongst us, we can't afford to complain. Some people who are older than us, we're still schooling them.
That's true.
So now we had to look among like-minded peers and become the curse breakers from here on out. We had to mend ourselves, mend the people around us, and then once we ever start a solid core, we can start making amends for the mistakes that's been out there. We should be passing on legacy rather than kicking the can any further.
And see, that's the thing about my secondary channel. I got back this channel. It's all about legacy. This is part of my legacy. It's not all of it. I still got legacy out there, but I can mend it together. So in case when my time is up, people can go back. Hey, I can get this. I can get that. I can, based by his experience, how he go through things. Or I can hear this and that. There is an obligation to help people. When you don't help people, you don't think things gonna fall back on you. So you have to give yourself. Why are you giving yourself so much underrated? A lot of them don't give a fuck about you. I cannot think about it. Hey, it's gonna be somebody I'm gonna help. So I gotta keep on going. I know what it's like to be discriminated as a black man. But it doesn't mean that I'm another man to go through what I go through. I'm supposed to make it easy for him. And I think that's the key. I feel that's the way that we're supposed to have these conversations and think. And the ones who do refuse, put some hot sauce on them and scissor them up and throw them in the garbage. They gotta go. They gotta go. There's no in discussion like you said, Brother Ronnie. Like we schooling older ones. We schooling older ones here, and then, and then I know people. Oh, you think it's older? No, that is true because y'all still don't get the point.
No.
So you still want. See, you still want to eat at the gourmet table, but you still gotta receive Similac. So we're gonna give you Similac until you understand and eat from the gourmet table that deals with real life. Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna use that shit. I'm gonna use that shit. See, Brother Ronnie always get me started. I sound like me, but it's true, right?
Yeah, it's true. It never hurts.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, definitely.
But make your last remarks, Brother Ronnie. We gonna close it out.
As always, never let your comfort zone become your coffin. And to quote my brother, she stay asleep. We are our own agency. So, guys, it doesn't pay to be a tender dick.
And in the words of the underrated one, it's nothing wrong getting your dick wet, but just understand the ones you're getting wet with, that's going to understand your vision. That's all I'm saying. All wetness is good wetness. Understand that? Because the wetness you're getting is rotten. It's not. Yo, trying to tell you.
That's another conversation.
That's another conversation. Right. That's another conversation that I got to stay tuned to that. But thanks again, Brother Ronnie. And I'm going to reach out to you soon. We'll do the chop again. It's not an interview. It's a chop up. And you can ask me questions about myself too.
No problem.
Or I'm just asking to send me a picture or avatar and do a pre-record on your channel to let people know that you coming to my channel, do a chopper with. That's it.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, take it easy.
Thank you. And I ain't gonna say nothing. This one is goes. Good night. Good day. Whatever the hell is. But y'all have a good day. This is the last of the morning talk, number 27. I invited women again, ladies and gents. I did. I don't know what's going on, but it's very powerful. Us men, we talk about everything, empower men. Also, women is included. Power family. So let's get them likes up. Share this out. On that note, Have a good afternoon. This one is Ghost.